When it comes to female psychology, one of the most misunderstood aspects is how women communicate their desires, particularly when it comes to intimacy. It's important to understand that a woman is not always going to come out and directly say, "I want to sleep with you." The way she expresses her readiness for intimacy often relies on much subtler cues, verbal and non-verbal. If a woman wants to sleep with you, she will likely say things that express her desire for closeness, comfort, or emotional connection first. Let's explore these nuances. Verbal cues. The power of subtle communication. Women are more likely to communicate their desires indirectly through hints or suggestive language rather than directly asking for what they want. Statements such as, "I feel so close to you," or "I've never felt this comfortable with someone before," may seem innocent, but they are often signs that she is ready for deeper emotional and physical closeness. Understanding the nuances of how she communicates her feelings is important. She may not say, "Let's go to bed," but her choice of words can create an opening for a deeper connection. It's important for men to listen not just to what is said, but to how it is said and in what context. Emotional safety, the importance of trust. Before a woman is ready to engage in a physical relationship, she needs to feel emotionally safe. This is one of the most essential components in female psychology. Women need to trust their partner completely, and this trust must be built over time through mutual respect, consistent actions, and emotional intimacy. Statements like, "I feel so safe with you," or "I can be myself around you," indicate that she is comfortable and ready to explore a physical connection. Women are more likely to open up when they feel emotionally secure, and that security is often expressed through verbal and physical gestures of trust. The role of timing and context. Timing is everything in relationships. Women do not necessarily want to rush into intimacy, and they are more likely to express their interest in a physical relationship when they feel that the time is right. A woman may not immediately vocalize her readiness, but she will provide subtle cues when she feels that the relationship has reached a level of emotional maturity. Statements like, "I think we're really ready for this," or "I feel like our bond is stronger now," signal that the relationship has progressed and that intimacy is a natural next step. Context plays a huge role. It's not just about being physically attracted, but about the emotional connection that has been nurtured. The impact of physical touch long before verbal expressions of desire. Physical touch often plays a significant role. If a woman is comfortable being physically close to you, whether it's casual touches, hugs, or more intimate gestures, she is likely becoming more open to the idea of a physical relationship. If she makes gestures like holding your hand, giving lingering hugs, or even brushing against you in intimate ways, it's a sign that she feels comfortable enough with you to move the relationship forward. These actions often precede verbal cues, signaling that she's emotionally and physically comfortable with you. Understanding signals of interest. Women typically don't outright say, "I want to sleep with you," but their actions often speak louder than words. Her body language, tone of voice, and behavior can reveal a lot about her intentions. If she frequently initiates contact, laughs at your jokes, maintains prolonged eye contact, or playfully teases you, these are clear signs that she's interested in something more. Additionally, women might bring up the topic of physical intimacy in a way that isn't too direct, but subtly hints that she's open to the possibility. Statements like, "I've always wondered what it would be like with someone like you," or "I think we could have a lot of fun together," are indirect but clear indicators of interest. The language of consent and respect. Consent is a critical aspect of intimacy, and understanding how a woman communicates her readiness for such a relationship is important. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect and open communication. She may say something like, "I want to be with you, but I need to know you respect me and our relationship," or she might bring up boundaries and what she is comfortable with. The key here is to always respect her words, her body language, and her boundaries. Women are more likely to express interest in a physical relationship when they feel that their partner will respect their wishes and honor their boundaries. In conclusion, when a woman wants to be intimate with you, she may not come right out and say it. Instead, she will express it through subtle verbal cues, body language, emotional readiness, and clear signs of trust and safety. Recognizing these signals and understanding the psychological and emotional aspects of her desire for intimacy can help you build a deeper connection and foster a relationship built on mutual respect, understanding, and genuine care. Verbal communication is often seen as the most direct form of interaction between individuals, but in the context of relationships, and particularly female psychology, women frequently use more subtle and nuanced forms of verbal cues to express their desires. These cues are not always overt or straightforward. Instead, they tend to be layered within the conversation, often hinting at deeper feelings or intentions. If a woman is interested in a physical relationship or is open to the idea of intimacy, she will rarely state this directly. Instead, she may express it in ways that are emotionally charged, using language that conveys openness, vulnerability, and connection. It is essential to understand the psychology behind these subtle verbal cues, as they can be just as powerful, if not more, than any explicit statement. The first thing to recognize is that communication for women is often multi-layered. Women do not always communicate their feelings directly, particularly when it comes to intimacy. It's not just about what is said, but how it is said, and the underlying emotional tone. For example, a woman might say, "I feel so comfortable when I'm with you," or "I really enjoy our time together." These statements, while seemingly innocuous, carry a deeper meaning when understood in context. They are ways of expressing emotional connection and comfort, which are foundational for any deeper, more intimate engagement. When a woman expresses how comfortable or happy she feels with a man, it often signals that she is starting to feel secure in the relationship, emotionally, and by extension, potentially physically. The comfort she feels allows her to be vulnerable and open to a more intimate connection. Another common verbal cue might be when a woman starts talking more openly about her emotions or desires. Women often test the waters by introducing themes of closeness or connection in their conversations. For instance, a woman may say, "I love how easy it is to talk to you," or "I've never had such a deep conversation with someone before." These kinds of statements indicate that she is seeking more than just a casual connection. They show a desire for emotional intimacy. For women, emotional intimacy is often the precursor to physical intimacy. When she says things like this, it's a sign that she feels safe and connected with you, which is an essential part of building the foundation for sexual attraction. Sometimes, verbal cues will emerge in the form of compliments or flirty remarks. Compliments about physical appearance can also be an indication of attraction and openness to a deeper relationship. If a woman says something like, "You look really good today," or "I love the way you carry yourself," these remarks are more than just superficial compliments. They can be seen as ways to show interest in the person's physicality. If the compliment is followed by a subtle invitation to spend more time together, such as, "Let's do something fun together this weekend," or "I would love to see more of you," it is a sign that she may be moving toward exploring a more intimate connection. Another verbal cue women use is expressing interest in the future of the relationship. When a woman says, "I can see us together in the future," or "I want to make more memories with you," it is often an indication that she's thinking beyond the present moment and sees the potential for something deeper. Statements like these are not necessarily direct invitations for sex, but they are a signal that she's becoming more emotionally invested. Emotional investment often leads to sexual interest because it signifies a growing trust and connection, both of which are necessary for a healthy sexual relationship. In some cases, a woman might hint at her sexual desires without directly stating them. For example, a woman may make comments about romantic or intimate themes in a light-hearted or playful manner, such as, "I've always wondered what it would be like to share a quiet night with someone special," or "Wouldn't it be amazing if we could just be together for a weekend away?" These statements may seem casual, but they often carry an undertone of longing or desire. When she says something like this, she's expressing not just a wish for physical closeness, but an emotional longing for connection that goes beyond the superficial. It's a way for her to gauge your reaction and see if you're on the same page. Women also tend to communicate their feelings indirectly through what is often referred to as playful teasing. Statements like, "I bet you can't handle me," or "I'm not sure you could keep up with me," are playful yet flirtatious, often indicating that she is considering the idea of a more intimate relationship. Playful teasing like this can also be her way of testing the waters to see how you react. If you respond in a way that acknowledges her playful energy without being overly serious, she may see it as a sign of comfort and understanding. One of the key things to remember when it comes to these verbal cues is that they are rarely isolated. Women often combine different cues. emotional, physical, and verbal, to communicate their feelings. If a woman is speaking to you in a way that suggests trust, emotional openness, and playful flirtation, she's likely signaling that she's interested in a deeper connection. This doesn't mean that she will immediately jump into a physical relationship, but it does suggest that she's warming up to the idea and is seeking a partner who can understand and respect the signals she's sending. Ultimately, understanding the verbal cues women use is about paying attention to the context, tone, and consistency of their words. A single comment may not always mean much, but a pattern of these subtle verbal cues can be a clear sign that a woman is interested in pursuing a more intimate connection. By recognizing and respecting these cues, men can better understand the emotional and psychological process that women go through before they are ready to express their desires openly.